It is Saturday night. Time for some Saturday night's main event. The PLE Patrol is here. It is me and Chris Parrish. Atlanta, Georgia has already had one hot event. Will they have another?
Time will find out. Also, if everyone is excited, Goldberg is finally going to be finished tonight. And if you're not excited for that, then Goldberg is finally going to be finished tonight. But it's going to be historic nonetheless. Whether or not you like him, whether or not you dislike him, you cannot argue with what he meant to the WCW era and kind of how much that helped WCW beat the WWE for 80 some odd weeks, and then coming over to WWE and actually having a very successful stint there. Whether or not you like him, you dislike him, his impact always going to be there. I can't wait to enjoy this historic moment with everyone.
Yeah. As Drew McIntyre is coming into the building, and with those glasses, he kind of looks like Jonathan Davis from Korn.
If you can do the sound effects, I'd be impressed.
Yeah.
Why does Solo and everybody always come through the metal detectors?
Right?
I mean, this time Jacob Fatu's not beating somebody up, so that's a plus.
At least not yet. I fully expect he's going to make his presence felt during the United States title match. Or even, well, probably after, actually.
Well, at some point you would assume. Hopefully everyone is having a great weekend, as I know we are so far. I already got to watch a banger of a show earlier today. Can't wait to see what the stars of Raw and SmackDown have. But also want to let everybody know to check out turnbucklestudios.org. That is the place to be, especially if you want to be a part of the Turnbuckle affiliation program. Help is wanted. When we'll get to that shortly, but please go to turnbucklestudios.org for more information. What match are you looking forward to seeing the most?
Geez. I think I'm looking forward to LA Knight and Seth Rollins.
I wonder if that's going to open the show. I mean, I'm curious to see what that match does have as well. But a match that also might have some intertwining people in there would be the brother versus brother. Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso for the United States Championship. For whatever reason, I have a feeling this might be a match that might just be fun for everyone to watch. And I'm very intrigued with everything that is going on around it, everything that they're doing. I'm curious to see how that's going to escalate and play out.
Yeah. I've been thinking about this Goldberg and Gunther match, and I kind of played out a small scenario in my head if Goldberg were to win tonight, because a lot of people online have been asking, well, what do they do with the title if Goldberg wins and it is his last match? And I thought back to when Trish Stratus had her retirement match in 2006, and she won the women's championship that night. What they did was she retired she retired with the belt, but they took the title and put it on the line in a tournament. And that's what I could see them doing. if Goldberg walks away with the win tonight, which I still don't think he will, but just a scenario I thought of.
One, too, that we could say it still could be true. Even if Goldberg wins the match and it's his last match and he is the champion, we still have the money in the bank that could always play a factor into this. So anytime there's a championship match, either championship now, you got to be open to a possible cash-in. Oh, there's some more of those Braves jerseys that you like.
Just gotta say, I'm happy we beat them for the World Series. Not so happy that TBS kept on promoting them every time I go and watch WCW, though.
What? It's the Braves station. Didn't you know?
Yeah. Just got tired of seeing Chipper Jones on my screen all the time.
That's why you got to be more of a Greg Maddux fan.
Yeah, it's true.
Or Otis Nixon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a deep grab there.
I know my stuff.
I will admit to being a fan of Nixon.
I went to an Atlanta Braves game in my time. I wore Blue Jay stuff. It might have been the year after they won the Blue Jays beat them in the World Series. I also may have been offered a lot of money from a Atlanta fan and told him no. I only wear winners.
Well, let's face it. During the 90s, the Braves, I think they only won like one World Series, but the rest of the 90s, they weren't the greatest team.
I mean, let's face it, other than 2 years Toronto did.
Yeah. I will admit to that, yeah. But our opening match is going to be Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. Talk about people who won championships on a multiple levels. We got a 14-time champion, and I believe Drew McIntyre is a 3-time champion.
Yep, I just played all those matches in my head.
Yeah, you forgot about the time at WrestleMania, right? That's the one that always gets people.
Which WrestleMania? Because I remember WrestleMania 36.
No, but the one at 40 when he beat.
Yeah.
Seth
No,
Rollins,
I remember that definitely.
That one always gets people because everybody remembers the one at the Pandemic Mania, and then when he got it back. Because this man actually is the one who defeated Drew McIntyre in his first ever title reign. So history goes back a long time. That is a good little fun fact.
And as Orton makes his way to the ring, Jelly Roll is at his side, as he promised to be last night.
Not just promised, but Randy Orton actually asked Jelly Roll to do that.
And we saw Drew McIntyre walking into the building. He had Logan Paul with him, so it wouldn't surprise me to see Logan Paul come to ringside with Drew.
I believe this match is all but official for SummerSlam. The tag match of Randy Orton and Jelly Roll going up against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. And seeing a little bit of backlash on why you have Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton with Jelly Roll and Logan Paul. And let's be honest here. It's one thing to have Bam Bam Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor. But imagine if you had, say, Lawrence Taylor versus Big Daddy Cool Diesel. All of a sudden, the perception of the match just gets a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
And the selling point is right there. Also, I wouldn't say McIntyre and Orton are necessarily over at SummerSlam, but the moments are there. And let's face it, it's going to be a historic PLE. They're going to do something big and they're going to take some chances. That's what you do at these big events.
Exactly. I mean, they took a gamble by putting Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam in the main event at WrestleMania 11. Mm-hmm. And while it wasn't a good show, it still paid off and made the WWE some big money.
Yeah, it was pretty much a two-match pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But you got to also look at what they're doing with Logan Paul, too. The last few times we've seen him, he's been walking side by side with now Drew McIntyre, and before that, tagging with John Cena. So he has been elevated into more of a primary, closer to a main event position, getting him acquainted to this spot on the card to see if he can deliver, because you want a Logan Paul to be able to deliver in the main event because of what he's able to do for the company. Mm-hmm. And in order to find out if he can swim, you got to put him in the deep water, because that is the difference between being a great and a has-been.
That's too true. Way too true.
So we get into it. Match is about to go. We got to ask the question, who do you got?
I think I'm gonna go with Drew. I'm gonna say Drew.
I do agree, because I feel we're gonna get the heels over here, only for the baby faces to get the win back at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think this necessarily needs a finish.
No, I can see this devolving into all four men brawling and the referee just saying, screw it, I'm going to throw it out. Lillian Garcia is going to be our ring announcer tonight.
Man, and Lillian Garcia is also the ring announcer tomorrow for Evolution.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, that one just makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also, too, Lillian Garcia did state that for all the Saturday Night main events, she will be the announcer.
Yeah, she said all Saturday night's main events plus any other special things. She's more or less going to be what Howard Finkel became in his later career.
Well, I mean, you got to also just give people like the Alicia Taylors the opportunity. And I definitely expect that both her and Lillian Garcia will share their responsibilities tomorrow for Evolution. However, it's one of those things where you got to mix the modern day with nostalgia. That really is the definition of the term evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fun part is we got a commercial, because this is a television show, and that is what we got to deal with.
Yep, I'm looking at a commercial for Michelob Ultra.
You don't have YouTube Premium. Do you have YouTube Premium?
No, I don't. So I actually have commercials.
That would explain it. So I was like, I just got the graphic, and this is boring.
Yeah, I at least have something on my TV.
So, in order to maybe kind of get away for about half a second or half a minute. Sorry, I've cracked open alcohol. I may say things incorrect. I don't have an excuse for the first show I did today. But check this out, because we in Turnbuckle Studios and Turnbuckle Affiliation Program want you.
A Turnbuckle Affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today, because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
That's right, everybody. If you want a chance to join the content creation part of things and you want to join the team at Turnbuckle Studios, please look no further than the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. You can check us out on our homepage at turnbucklestudios.org, or you can email turnbucklestudios@gmail.com. So if you have a general interest in either pro wrestling, sports of any kind, video games, or even other, please give us a shout today. And tap in. I'm going to see if I can get that as the slogan. Because as we get ready for Happy Gilmore 2, just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, taparoo. I just thought of that now. I didn't have that pre-thought. Hey, we're back. Perfect timing. Terrific.
Yeah, we're back inside the ring with Randy Orton throwing some blows on Drew McIntyre.
That's one way of saying it.
Yep.
Also, notice that there's no Prime logo on Saturday night's main event, but we do have the Naked Gun, where you can find current WWE star, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
I'm really looking forward to that movie because I loved the original ones. So.
Oh.
Just caved his chest in.
Doesn't seem to care.
It's not facing Orton.
Which is very ironic because at one point, about 5 years ago, it was Drew McIntyre who chopped Randy Orton so hard. He did have that oversell, only to give the thumb to the eyes to one Drew McIntyre. This match has definitely escalated since coming back from that commercial break.
Mm-hmm. Now Randy Orton with the what would you call that? Like a back suplex onto the table, or just a slam?
That is a back suplex. It's just not a falling back suplex. It's just a standing one.
Yeah.
McIntyre getting that shot to the throat to gain back the advantage. Like a true veteran, taking that moment to kind of rest, but Randy Orton is too experienced for this.
Once again, I just got to say, I love the classic vibe that we're getting with this whole setup again. I mean, granted, we don't have that small entranceway like we usually do for Saturday night's main event, which is understandable considering Evolution's in the same building tomorrow night.
Mm.
But I still really like it.
I will say there is something about the foot on the ropes I like, but I don't need it to be right at 2.9.
I will admit I used to be guilty of doing that spot. There's Jelly Roll and Logan Paul getting into each other's faces right now.
And now Logan Paul's getting pushed by an even bigger celebrity.
Dare I say a celebrity who's actually done stuff to get his celebrity status?
Hey, in 2025, I'm not one to judge. We're doing the same thing Logan Paul did.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to Japan and doing nefarious things. So
I'll go to Japan and do it inside of a squared circle, though. And just like that, out of nowhere, the 3 most devastating letters in sports entertainment play a factor in tonight's match. Randy Orton picks up the 1, 2, 3 with the RKO. Thoughts on the match?
it was a decent little match. A good way to settle to continue the feud going into SummerSlam.
Logan Paul gets on Randy Orton right away.
It's kind of bugging me that Jelly Roll isn't doing anything.
Well, I think there's a little bit of hesitation on his end because...
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see what. Yeah. He's like, do I do this? Do I get in there?
Well, he's not a wrestler, and that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What Logan Paul said is that it's not true. It's just funny coming from Logan Paul. But also, too, what I love about that is they just made you want Jelly Roll to get in there and do that. It's not it's not that moment of like, oh my God, Jelly Roll's in here. No, they created the want. And when he heard that one, oh, and now that's how you create sympathy. So good job, WWE. Good job.
Yeah. See, now even more so, you want Jelly Roll to get in there and mix it up.
But the importance of getting the right emotion in there. And then now you see Randy Orton get up and he sees what happens. Now he feels like he needs to avenge what happened to Jelly Roll because Jelly Roll had his back. Now we have all the seeds planted to why this tag match does make sense. And I'm here for it.
Yeah, and I gotta say too, I like the small addition of Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce coming out to separate things because, again, taking out a celebrity, that's a huge deal. Like, you want the bigger backstage names out there to try and separate things.
As well as it is, you are dealing with Raw and SmackDown talent in Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton representing SmackDown. Logan Paul is representing Monday Night Raw. So there is that collaborate accountability that needs to be taken by both general managers.
Yes.
Now we're back to a graphic. For me, it's fun.
Yeah. And I have a commercial for work boots.
Oh, I hope Bubba Duke is watching. But as we're one match down, let's have a fun game of let's guess what the next match is. I'm going to guess Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso. What do you have?
I'm going to say the same thing. I just don't think it makes sense to mix two non-title matches in a row.
I guess it don't, because how many title matches do we have? Is it just the two?
Just the two, and then there's what's left is LA Knight and Seth Rollins without the title matches.
I thought we had a because we have the two title matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have the two non. I thought we had 5 matches tonight.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm scrolling down to find it. To find the event.
Because I know LA Knight and Seth Rollins have a match. We know the United States is there. We know the world title match is there as well.
Yeah, no, there's only four on the card tonight.
Okay, I thought for whatever reason I saw a fifth. But if we're going, I would say a safe 2 hours then.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that's what I told Bubba on Thursday when he was considering joining the show. I'm like, just remember it's a 2-hour show. So if you're late, because he had other plans for today. So
Yeah. Part of me still wouldn't be completely surprised if we do get an addition. Also, I'm not gonna lie. Part of me kind of wants to see them make an announcement in regards to Evolution, maybe making it a larger battle royal, just to appease fans and the perhaps surprises that come with said battle royal.
well, the last Saturday night,
Bess is lagging a little bit here or freezing up. We'll give him a second just to reconnect. Are you good now, Best?
yeah, I didn't know I was lagging. I was looking at the last Saturday night's main event where I did happen to see that there were 5 matches on the card.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we didn't. We had a little bit of audio problems and then. But it's okay. You're back now. We are ready to go forward. How many layers does Jelly Roll wear? I'm counting at least 3, maybe 4.
I'm getting sweaty just looking at him.
I think you need stronger deodorant than Best.
I do.
Just a straight up argue fest between both Nick, all this Mr. Adam Pearson, Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre. Because we have Diamond Dallas Page sitting front row.
Yeah, he's right behind. He's there. He is behind Wade Barrett.
I mean, they are in Atlanta. He does live in Atlanta, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense actually.
Yep.
And that's the thing I've always noticed with there's Io Sky, who's getting ready for her championship match with Rhea Ripley tomorrow.
Her main event title match tomorrow.
Yep.
WWE did announce Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky will main event Evolution.
And there's Rhea herself. Which, by the way, I was quite happy to hear this over the weekend. But at the CWE show, and speaking with some of the fans, most of the fans like last year weren't even really WWE fans. But Rhea Ripley pulled them into being WWE fans.
Ooh. Before we get to that conversation, we got some action spilling out right now. Before you change the subject, you might want to proceed with caution, Mr. Best, because Naomi is changing the conversation as we speak. Oh, Oh, I can't wait for
jeez.
this match tomorrow. Now, this is how you get people invested. Just let people
Just let them
beat each
brawl.
other up.
Yep. That was beautiful though, because like you wouldn't expect that when you're showing fans at ringside that another wrestler would come and beat up the other wrestler.
No, but you always thought about it, right? And it was always
Mhm.
one of like, man, if you just know they're sitting there, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Did you think Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis expected to be as busy as they were tonight?
I don't think so.
Actually, I don't even know if I see Adam Pearce. I just see Nick Aldis.
Yeah, I only see all this. I see Aldis has got the mic.
Getting a special guest referee. Oh! She's back.
Well, I knew Bianca was going to get involved in this somehow. I just didn't know how. This is the perfect way to do it.
And just to forewarn everybody, if you're going to check out the Chris Bear podcast tomorrow, it's pre-recorded. We did not know this yet. So don't get on us.
Could this be, though, where Bianca turns on Jade?
Well, if you look at the face of Naomi, she is not worried. So that, I think, needs to say something.
Mm-hmm. Jade also has that same look, though.
Yeah. And Doug Dillinger, former WCW head of security, is the one spotted beside Diamond Dallas Page.
I thought that was him.
Also, was it just me, or did that one security guard in Goldberg's promo not look like The Rock's dad?
Yeah. It's actually awesome to see that Doug Dillinger's getting the recognition he deserves, though.
Well, when you have a historian like Triple H and Nick Khan running the show, like, there are people that do like to care about the details, and that's what I think a lot of people appreciate with this era of WWE now.
Mm-hmm. So if you think about all the pull aparts that happened in WCW, Doug Dillinger was front and center for almost every single one of them.
Yep. I wonder if he had creative control. I'm just blanking on this, but what happened to the United States title when Goldberg had it after he became world champion?
He forfeited it, but I can't remember who took it after that.
That's what I thought.
I want to say Raven ended up getting it back.
Good for him. As we get Big Jim out next, because it seems like it's a trend now. Maybe a Trinity that anytime you see Naomi, you see Jimmy Uso close by. Saw this last night too. A Naomi and Jim Uso segment followed each other. They're husband and wife people in real life. That's why I find it funny. Yeah, question. What is your commercial now for this time?
A commercial for, I think it's Pop-Tarts. It's Kellogg's. Oh yeah, it's Pop-Tarts.
Man, you got some weird commercials.
Yeah.
It's like just not like weird in terms of like what they are. I mean, it's just random.
And the Michelob Ultra commercial is back.
But I mean, that's fine. If you're our age and you're having Pop-Tarts, that's probably one reason to why you're wanting them.
And, okay, commercial for baby formula.
Hey, that stuff's expensive.
Oh, I know it is.
It is not fair. They got to lower the price of that stuff, man.
Followed by a commercial from Budweiser.
Oh, I mean, unfortunately, that is the choice with some people.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely disgusting. But this is a great time to let everybody know, no matter what platform you're watching, whether it's Twitch, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, if there's a like, share, subscribe option on that channel, we heavily ask and remind you to make sure you do so. It definitely helps the channel. And on YouTube, if there's that notification bell button, make sure you hit that. Because every time Turnbuckle Studio goes live on the air with all the plethora of shows that you can see, you want to be the first in line to know. You want to know right now, or you want to know 5 seconds ago. And guess what? That bell does it. It's a magical bell. So hit it, ring it, because you want to know when we go live. Then on the next commercial, we'll play the weekly calendar. We'll just do that because it seems like the commercials are popping up like every other little time. So, man, Carl would hate watching Saturday night's main event.
I know, right?
Saturday night main event. The commercial today is All Sport, the energy drink. Yeah, that's a deep cut too.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Oh, God.
Anybody else have that as their favorite? I know it was mine.
It was mine.
I was not happy when I found out they discontinued it.
It was mine. It was a little dive into my personal life, but I'm susceptible to dehydration. That was my go-to drink in the summer. Then when they ended that, I switched over to Powerade.
Just chose all the second best.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. All of them have some good and bad. There
Mm-hmm.
are some bad flavors of all sport, but there are some ones where I'm just like, yep, that's mine. I like the green one. Green one's my favorite.
Yep.
Can't argue that. Also, I'm not gonna lie, WWE showing all the podcasts they have going on. If you have a chance to see what do you want to talk about featuring Ricky Saints, who by the way put out an absolute classic with Ethan Page earlier today at Great American Bash. That is a must watch, a great addition. Very hard to give you to follow up from that hilarious Kevin Owens one, but one nonetheless. Man, the lighting of Solo Sikoa's entrance is still amazing.
Yeah, but since we're still on the subject of podcasts there, I'm going to recommend the Steve Blackman, Chris Van Vliet show. That was a fantastic interview.
And then Chris Van Vliet not only did that week, he also had Saraya, a.k.a. Paige, on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely must listen to. Chris Van Vliet is the definition of number one when it comes to podcasting. We here at Turnbuckle Studios recommend Chris Van Vliet. Let's clip that and get free likes. Come on. Just kidding.
Yeah. 42 minutes in. Yeah.
I mean, I do have a ticket from the very first Insight. So I'm a real supporter. I'm a real one. I even have the t-shirt. So don't at me, people.
Hey, if Toronto ever gets a big WWE event again and Chris Van Vliet makes his way up here again, I'll go.
Part of me wanted you to be like, I'll think about it. Because just based on the pause you had there, I'd be like, it'd be hilarious if you just swerve people. All right, Solo versus Jimmy Uso. Let's have it. Who do you have? I know it might come off obvious, but
I'm going to go Solo because I really want to see Jacob Fatu and Solo at SummerSlam for the U.S. title. Because I think that's where we're going.
I do too. But I'm okay with the title being on the line and with the title not being on the line. What I do want to see, though, is absolute chaos because that's what we get with all this.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I have a feeling Jacob Fatu will get involved. I'm just going to go out there on a different tangent. Have Jacob Fatu cost Solo Sikoa the title. Let's get some big Jim, some big gold here in the sense of the United States title.
Yeah, I mean, I would be happy if Jimmy does win his first singles title.
Nobody says it has to last a long time or anything like that. Hell, his brother only held the Intercontinental title for about maybe a Toronto Maple Leaf playoff run, but that's besides the point.
OMD's not here. We still got to make a dig at the Leafs.
Hey. I can't say it about the Blue Jays. They're actually doing well.
Yeah.
I'll wait till October.
Yeah. When they choke in the wild card.
That's the equivalent of the first round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When the shoe fits, Toronto. When the shoe fits.
It's kind of sad that their only winning team, the Argonauts, play other Canadian teams, and that's about it.
Hey, the Toronto Russia are iconic. As Jimmy Uso right now is on the top rope. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful counter. All right, over and under $100,000 that in combined these two spent on tattoos.
Oh, geez. I'd have to imagine that they go to like the better artists. So I'm gonna say probably close to about 80 grand.
So the under.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said that and I'm like, 100 grand might be a lot. But I'm sure it's quite, and I'm assuming that maybe the first ones weren't exactly, they might be covered up by this time, but yeah.
Yeah.
But as promised you, we have a commercial break in progress, and that just means calendar video coming up. So let's check it out right now. If you have any comments or concerns, please wait till after the video. I didn't mean to raise my voice. I just wanted to be dramatic. But yeah, check it out. See what we have coming up every day of the week.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
Yeah, these commercial combinations I'm getting are really weird.
What do you have this time?
I went from a realtor commercial to sunscreen.
Interesting.
Now I'm stuck on the Be Right Back logo or graphic.
Yeah, no, I got the same thing. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
like it doesn't move, and in your head you just want it to. It's really amazing.
Well, when OMD and I did the first Saturday night's main event, we got a lot of this too because I think he has premium on YouTube because we watched it at his house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I kind of wish that like during these Be Right Backs, when they cut to the commercials for YouTube or Peacock, why don't they play like WWE commercials, like do an ad for like WWE Shop or an upcoming PLE or live events that they've got planned.
This is where you need to bring back Mr. Sanford or Sanford
Yep.
there. We got to get that. Our friend, our buddy, our pal. Bring him back. Is he still employed by the company?
No, he left just a couple days ago, actually.
Oh, so ironic of a time. But we are back with Solo and with the U.S. title. That sucks.
It really does, because now we're stuck with this Megan Moran.
No, I mean, she does stuff with Sam Roberts. I'm sorry, but these wrestlers make me so wanting to take a back bump on these posts now. And people ask why? Because I'm not intelligent. Just not. I'm curious, and yeah, sometimes that The wheel might be moving, but the hamster has gone on for an extended lunch break at times, people. And yeah, it's okay. It's getting great food. It's just taking its time.
Yeah. No, it's just one of those things for me. Even when I'm at like a CWE event, now all I got to do is just walk up and just like stand ringside and just touch the mat, and it's like that hunger for getting back in the ring is just comes right back. Unfortunately, with my health, I can't exactly do it.
The left shoe of Jimmy Uso, the Velcro, has come undone. Yes, that is the details I get after I make fun of how stupid I am. Sometimes, people, you just got to set the bar low so you can always overachieve. Yeah. That's how I stayed married for 10 years. But you see it though, right here. Actually, I think it's coming undone on both now. Don't know why I'm fixated on his shoes, but just don't want him to roll an ankle. I care about the safety. Does this Naked Gun have like a little like added part of the title, or is it just called the Naked Gun?
It's just the Naked Gun. It's a reboot of the original Naked Gun series.
Oh,
But obviously instead of Leslie Nielsen, it's Liam Neeson who's taking over the role.
oh, fantastic!
Yeah,
It's fantastic. Feels like that Uranagi by Solo Sikoa, who is very excited to get it.
one thing I've been kind of just looking at ringside and watching Tonga Loa and JC Mateo doing their thing. I like how animated they're getting, but Tala Tonga is just standing there menacingly and walking slowly and just being an intimidating figure at ringside, and I like that.
Yeah, that's how you make him feel special out of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, that was sweet. Just sweet.
I can't help but wonder who Tala Tonga's first opponent will be once he actually gets in the ring.
I wouldn't even hate it if it's Jacob Fatu, because it's a perfect match to throw away
Mm-hmm.
and to have like a DQ to, because it doesn't need anything else. Oh, that is such a creative way to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of a foot in the butt, but that is that is something else.
That was a toe up the hole.
Okay. That's a different way of saying it. And this is where I guess now we find out who comes to the aid of Jimmy Uso. Or maybe we don't.
Or maybe we do.
Like, why would you let him eat that? You couldn't do that like 10 seconds ago.
And this is the one thing that always bugs me. Like, of course, I'm excited to see Jacob Fatu back. I hate that they play the theme songs to make their presence felt instead of just running to the ring and attacking everyone.
Maybe it's just a thing that they want you to do. If you go through Gorilla and you're about to leave or go out, your theme song must play. And this is getting intriguing now. Actual contact between Talo and Jacob Fatu.
Man. How big of a boy Jacob Fatu is. The way he moves like he's a friggin' cruiserweight.
Look at the smile with Jim Uso. Just enjoying what he's seeing. I think it's just a matter of time we see Jey Uso come back to this.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, because I don't think the two of them will be able to take out the four of the others. So I'm wondering who else gets involved in this situation. And Jay probably does seem like the more likely fit.
Jay's definitely one. I don't think that's where I put Roman Reigns. I think a lot of people are saying that. I don't think it's Roman.
I thought of Sammy, but I know when he comes back, he's gonna want to take out Seth Rollins and company.
Well, and that's exactly where I go with. I think both Punk, Sammy, and Reigns have an issue with the trio of Bron, Bronson, and Seth Rollins. So I think we go that route. And then if by chance you have the ability to bring in Zilla Fatu, this could be a way to do so. But also, to me, LA Knight is the intriguing part here because he is very much involved in both angles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I kind of wonder. And maybe, just maybe for the first time, maybe you look at possibly doing a triple threat War Games.
For the first time in WWE's history, because they have done it in WCW.
Yeah, but WCW is dead.
It is.
We're not talking about.
And there's an interview with Randy Orton and Jelly Roll coming up next.
I almost want to say this is exactly where they put out the challenge for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Well, as we're about to kick off the second hour of this show, as request of the boss, I'm going to play the ad one more time.
Let's do it.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
So don't wait, people. Just tap it in and do it right now because we want to be able to share this screen with everyone. And everyone, I want you to want to share the screen with us. So please, act now and let's see if you want to become a part of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. What commercial do you have now?
A commercial for Visa.
Okay, well, that's needed for everything else that you had.
Yeah.
That's a universal tool.
And now I have a commercial for a car parts website. I guess you need your Visa to buy the car parts online.
I mean, where else are you going to get them? A physical store? I mean, can we make some sense, please? This world is weird now. So
I was going to say I'm stuck on that Be Right Back screen, but now I'm looking at MetLife Stadium.
yeah. It's a little long, if you ask me, these commercials.
Mm-hmm. So now we got both WrestleMania and SummerSlam as two-nighters. We fully expect Royal Rumble to eventually become a two-night event. Do you think Survivor Series could possibly do that as well?
Yeah, I think the big four eventually will all be a two-night, and I think nothing else should be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this needs to be a thing where everything becomes a two-night. Why? Because you do have NXT. You do have other things going on, and I think it's very important that you don't oversaturate your product. But the big fours should feel special. SummerSlam makes sense as the number 2. Why? Because it is the second biggest PLE in the company's history. So do it. And then you can go with the Rumble. Then you can go with the Survivor Series. Why? Because the fans love the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And let's face it, we're at the point now, multiple Rumbles in one day are just getting a little much. Kathy Kelly's now with Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
So there it is. The challenge has been laid out, and they've also formed a tag team name in RK Roll. Steiner Brothers in the crowd tonight. Again, because they are in Atlanta, it's a very WCW heavy with legends, you know?
Well, I mean, Atlanta's just where a lot of people live nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, too. Again, when WCW was running, Atlanta was the home base, so a lot of the wrestlers ended up moving to Atlanta to be, closer to the company.
But out now is Seth freaking Rollins.
I'm not gonna lie, I really do like Seth Rollins' custom Money in the Bank design. The gold and the black looks good.
I say what now?
The gold and the black looks good.
I mean, we. And I think this kind of went into expectation of match order. I don't think a lot of people expected anything else. Seth Rollins, quite arguably one of your biggest stars in the company. High-profile match is going to overshadow just about anything else. The respect given to Goldberg, let it be the main event in his hometown. I think that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
Starting off with the match that you know is going to have some fire behind it with Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. But
now, granted, the U.S. title match was kind of thrown together last minute, but there obviously is heat between Solo and Jimmy right now.
yeah.
In this match, this is a feud that's been brewing over the last, I would say, 2 months, give or take?
Yeah, probably ever since Money in the Bank, for sure. But also, I was going to ask, when we saw the one known as Max Dupree leave and reclaim his vision as LA Knight, and we saw LA Knight get that traction, become the star that he is, go viral for his amazing pops that he's getting. Did we honestly expect this to stay years later? Because there was a part of me that I thought maybe this would die down a bit. Maybe people would just not stay along for the ride the whole way through. But yet, not only did they, he might actually be just as hot as he was during those times.
I tend to agree with you, and I'm just looking maybe 6 months down the road, and I'm thinking he could be a strong contender for the winner of the Royal Rumble next year.
It would be very interesting to see. I think him and Sami Zayn as the final two for the Royal Rumble. I don't think you can go wrong with either one.
No.
But even then, I have to throw in a Bron breaker.
Yeah, especially if you want to go to a breakup between Seth and Bron.
I don't even know if you have to necessarily go with a breakup.
No, because I mean, he could. Let's say Seth is the champion at the time. Bron could actually do what Triple H wanted Batista to do. Which was, for those that don't remember, when Batista won the 2005 Royal Rumble, Triple H tried to convince Batista to move to SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. Yep. But here's something I'm always wondering. What happens if during this, if there is a draft after SummerSlam, what happens if we do see a faction split up in yet continue in the same way. And that's just the way that the faction expands. Paul Heyman will go back and forth. And this just shows you just how powerful it can. It will dominate two different brands. I don't think that's ever been done before. I wonder if it could possibly happen.
No, and that was Triple H's goal by trying to send Batista to SmackDown. He wanted him to win the the WWE title, which was held by JBL at the time. But then Batista overheard the plans and wasn't too happy about it, or overheard the way they were talking about him. Since we were talking about him, I'd like to wish a very happy birthday to Sami Zayn.
Yes, happy birthday to Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm. He just put it out on his Twitter. There's a part of me that wishes, though, that Randy Orton Sami Zayn, or that Randy Orton Jelly Roll interview, I wish it was on the Mean Gene podium. It's the one thing I think Saturday night's main event is missing.
Yeah, but to that extent, what we saw was a Claymore given to Jelly Roll. He needs to be backstage to get that medical attention.
Yeah.
So there's that reality aspect that needs to be there.
Well, I suppose in that, if you were to do it, say on that Mean Gene thing, you could have had Randy Orton come out and say, and just mention that, hey, me and Jelly Roll challenge you guys to a match, you know. But at the same time, Randy Orton being concerned for his friend, that makes sense too, you know.
Yeah.
But what we're getting right now in the ring so far has been one hell of a match between these two gentlemen.
And we're just getting started.
And by the way, and I thought there was more of these, but this is only the 40th edition of Saturday Night's Main Event. I thought there were more because of how many they had throughout the 80s.
Well, you have to, and that's just the thing. I think nowadays it's expected that there's more because we're so over saturated and over given, I guess, is might not be the proper word, but a word nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
But we get a lot more now than we did back then. And I think a lot of times people forget just how scarce it was back then. But it goes to show you just how special they were because they created such an impact and an influence on so many people.
I mean, one of my favorite Saturday Night's Main Event moments will forever be when the Mega Powers finally formed. And I'm pretty sure yours would be when Shawn Michaels beat British Bulldog for the Intercontinental title.
I mean, to be fair, when I was a kid, I did not see a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a lot of them later on when they became available. A lot of the stuff was on tapes from Coliseum Home Video.
My mom used to tape them for me because they used to air at like 11:30 at night. So I was long in bed by the time they'd come to be on TV. So she'd tape them for me and I'd watch them the next day. But it's funny though, when I talk to some older fans about their memories of Saturday Night's Main Event, not one of them like bring up anything from the second run that Saturday Night's Main Event had in the mid 2000s there.
Yeah.
And I think the only memory I can take out of that run is when Evander Holyfield and Matt Hardy had a match.
And also, just to give you a little flashback of how long ago it was, I wasn't even 6 years old yet when Shawn Michaels won that Intercontinental title.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was 9 when he won the title, so I remember it, but then again, I was also 4 when the Mega Powers formed, and I distinctly remember that.
Oh, and Seth Rollins going for a springboard here. He hasn't hit this in a while.
Looks like he hurt his knee on that last one, though.
Did he?
He could be playing possum.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm looking around waiting for Bronson and Bron Breakker to show up.
Yeah.
Or we finish the match that fast. Maybe Seth is actually hurt.
Maybe. But I could see this also just being a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, LA Knight picks up the 1-2-3 against Seth Rollins. I even wonder if maybe, just maybe, time has been a factor in this match, and this was the quickest way to go. Nonetheless, what we saw, LA Knight picks up the 1-2-3 against Seth Rollins. And quickly getting out of play here, we will find out more. We will allow you more. And I'm sure we will say more about what goes. So we now get a replay of what happened.
It looked like just a freak accident, similar to Liv Morgan.
Well, Diamond Dallas Page is no longer at his seat, so
neither is Doug Dillinger.
Yeah, well, maybe Diamond Dallas Page is there at ringside, letting Seth Rollins know that in order to fix this knee, you must do DDP yoga.
Well, I was going to say, how much of a throwback would it be with if Doug Dillinger was the one accompanying Goldberg to the ringside? Because as you know, during his entrances, security always guides him through the locker room.
Yeah, and they did play that as kind of a foreshadow there, so I wouldn't be against it.
Mm-hmm. It would be a really nice throwback.
It would. Also, as for Chris Van Vliet on his episode of Insight on Friday, he did answer a question of when asked why Goldberg is in a title match. Supposedly, it was the contractual deal made between WWE and Goldberg. As we have thought, or we got Bulk Bogan coming in. Thought of first was diversion, but the end didn't seem rushed, so feels like a legit injury. We will find out more as the night goes on. We don't know yet, but it very well could. Very well could be.
I mean, it feels as strange as the Liv Morgan injury.
Yeah. But I will say this. If it was a legit injury and instead of calling off the match, Seth Rollins said, no, let's continue the match, and we ended up getting an LA Knight win out of it, I'm okay with that. Because that allows LA Knight to get a little bit of steam as well.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not it was some error. I mean, you're told he's good to go. LA Knight did the right thing. He took the card that he was played and he won the hand with the deck. So
yeah,
you cannot fault LA Knight for doing what he was doing. It's not like he cheated or did anything. He literally was just lying there as it happened.
Well, we go to commercial break, and I got a commercial for Neutrogena with John Cena. Kind of matches. There we go.
There you go. There's at least a relation that coordinates the two programs you're watching. Oh, I will tell you what I just read after we finish up. I do not want to say that live on stream,
Okay, then.
but it is quite funny in a very irresponsible way. um, but I do want to add this. If you did follow me and the watch party from the Great American Bash, I did write out to somebody by the name of Smidgen. Tomorrow is Evolution. We are not doing anything for Evolution. We do think that we do believe that this is a day for the women and a way to support not only women's wrestling, but also help support women content creators. Why?
Mhm.
Because it matters that we support everyone, and by God, it's a deserving thing. So if you're watching Evolution and there is a female content creator, the Chris Parrish choice is Smidgen, Smidjen, live on Twitch. She does great work. Highly recommend her. Please support her and tell her Turnbuckle Studios sent you her way. But Best, I do want to ask you something in the form of Evolution. I want to ask what match outside, I'm going to say outside of the two triple threat Intercontinental and the world title match that is main eventing, what other match are you looking forward to seeing?
There's two matches that have me intrigued, and one is, and I'm being biased with my favorite matches, but the Battle Royal has me intrigued, and the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title match has me really intrigued as well.
And I'm very happy you went that way because, as I noted earlier in the watch party, this is going to be the third day in a row Sol Ruka has performed. She performed on Friday. She performed today at the Great American Bash in a great match. A great match with Izzy Dana. She retained her women's North American title. She then competes tomorrow in that tag match. I think the fans are absolutely getting a glimpse of a future star with her, but also the tag team with her and Zarya. I think this is a great opportunity for those two women, as well as I believe this is a great opportunity for Roxanne Perez to really identify herself as a main player, not just somebody new, but a main player right off the get-go. And that's going to do well as we see Blake Monroe on our screen as she picked up a victory in the main event of today's Great American Bash. But then you also have the Kabuki Warriors, who are there to kind of reintroduce themselves to the tag team division, as well as the X Factor in Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, as we also see JC Jane as she takes on Jordan Grace tomorrow. And the winner of that faces Marsha Slamovich for title versus title at Slammiversary next Sunday. Getting that rundown of this Evolution card, we're getting Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus, a match which very much seems like a passing of the torch type of scenario.
Yeah. But to go back to Blake Monroe, today was my first time ever watching her period wrestle. Like I didn't watch her wrestle when she was working as Mariah May or anything like that. And I got to say, I was impressed.
The offense was definitely there. I was very much happy to see kind of her do a lot of the stuff she does, but also not go overboard and understand this is the first of many. This was her introduction. This was her first PLE main event. And also, this is her opportunity to really showcase what she's capable of. And I thought by getting the win and solidifying herself in this division on NXT, it was a great way to really introduce her. I'm very much excited to see not only the growth, but how she evolves as a performer in NXT. And boom, official. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll will take on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul in a tag team match at SummerSlam. That's a pretty cool graphic.
I was just going to say. Oh, 2 Chainz is at ringside. He hasn't been relevant for like 15 years.
Well, we've already seen A Chainz. He was part of the Disciples of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Now we have 2 Chainz. So in about 20 years, we'll see 3 Chainz.
Yep.
And hopefully we see Sean Waltman because he's Mr. 1, 2, 3.
As soon as you mentioned Sean Waltman, I'm like, well, there's a wrestler I wouldn't mind CWE bringing up.
So despite the fact Gunther is 33 days into being a champion, which seems weird that he's been champion for a month already, this is only his first title defense.
This is true. And I know a lot of people expected him to defend the title at Night of Champions. I knew it wasn't going to happen. Because I think they really wanted to get to this Goldberg and Gunther match. So they had to find a way to, I guess, protect Gunther up until this match.
Well, I mean, you could have done the rematch with Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't, again, we talk about evolution in the build, and a lot of people feel it's rushed. Trish Stratus even mentioned it on a phone call interview with Sam Roberts that she understands why people feel it's that way. I think that's definitely something that is obvious. But for the last time, as we see Mr. Douglas there, let's appreciate the aura that is the entrance of Bill Goldberg.
That was amazing. Yeah. It's moments like that, fans, as to why we love wrestling.
Yeah, and I mean, even if Goldberg was before your time, even if Goldberg is somebody that you don't have much of a connection to, because maybe you became a fan 5 years ago and you just don't know much of Bill Goldberg, and that is okay. But this was the beauty of the WWE Network. This is the beauty of WWE Vault on YouTube. This is the fun aspect of Google and all this stuff. We do have the ability to go back and search.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, again, whether you love or hate Bill Goldberg, that is irrelevant. That is an opinion, and everybody's entitled to theirs. The aura of Bill Goldberg is always there. As we have Barb's coming in, any way I can join the live and participate in the conversation, you can join the conversation all you want in chat. And because of that, you are part of the live. And if you want to be a part of anything else, please contact us away and we can talk about that. But Barb's, welcome to the channel. We appreciate that. What would you like to participate in the conversation? What would you like to add to this conversation, as we do care about everyone's opinion?
I do got to ask, because we did see Doug Dillinger accompanying him, but did I see Ernest Miller with
You
him?
sure did.
I thought that was him, and his son, of course,
Yeah.
walked with him too.
And I will say this, because I have been guilty of saying this recently, that I have lost I don't care who I'm in the ring with as my last match. I just want to have my son beside me when I make that entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell you how absolutely amazing I saw that moment, and just how much I could imagine it means to both of them. That is a lot. That is. You're going to have to give us the time to not only read, but also
Process that.
exactly.
It kind of looks like an Ultimate Warrior promo. Not gonna lie.
So I got to ask you, what exactly are you trying to ask us? I don't see an actual question there. What? It's a very wordy response. But please, if you can be a little bit more simplistic, what is the question that you have? So given what we saw earlier in the match with Seth Rollins, it might be, just might be, out of the question to expect a potential cash in or an attempt to. However, knowing that you're possibly cashing in on a Bill Goldberg or Gunther, maybe it was smart of Seth Rollins to do what he did.
I never thought of it that as him doing that to make it feel so that Gunther or Goldberg would feel safe in winning the championship tonight.
Barb's coming in
with a plethora of words.
I would say, to answer your question, you would have to go back and really get invested in watching professional wrestling to understand what a championship means. Everyone has their own opinion of it. It's nothing more than money. Some people love money. Some people need to always have all the money in the world. Some people are very happy with a limited amount because money is not the most important thing in their life. So it all depends on what you feel is important to you. And I think in wrestling, to a competitor, a championship is one of the most important things you can get. And that is why they're willing to fight in so many insane stipulations and matches, because one day they want to be champion, because in their business that becomes larger than life.
Gunther trying to chop Goldberg and it wasn't even phasing him.
Well, already this match is longer than I thought it would be, so we're off to a good start.
Okay. Question for you, Parrish.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite Goldberg match?
My favorite Goldberg match. Man, that's hard because I usually turned off the TV or switched channels when he was on. You know, I actually really enjoyed anything he does with Brock Lesnar. Simply because
even the WrestleMania 20 match.
The WrestleMania 20 match was probably, in my eyes, one of their best ones, simply because of everything else that went on. Because despite of everything they went on, they still went out there and just did their job and did what they're supposed to do. And when people tell you to turn off the volume and just watch something, that match completely changes for a lot of people. And I have done that, and it's very much a different match when you see it that way. And then you look at the complete squash that Goldberg gave to Brock Lesnar, only to understand that what came next was so much larger, and you got that built-in story with them that started all the way back. It's hard to argue how much investment you had on that. Also, I will say this, even though it was very short-timed, the Dolph Ziggler match gave me a lot of holy crap, because one, it's Dolph Ziggler. Never thought I would see a built-up match with Dolph Ziggler. But then Dolph Ziggler taking it to Goldberg right away and seeing that. I absolutely love that. So I have a little place in there for that. Obviously, the Kevin Owens Goldberg match was what it was. But I don't know. I would definitely look more into his WWE stuff, as honestly, I didn't watch a lot of WCW till the latter part of it, as we just didn't have WCW in our area until then.
Yeah, and Barb, we are trying to get you into the conversation. We're not quite understanding what you're saying, and we're trying to answer what you're saying. But to go back to Goldberg, My favorite match actually was the Brock Lesnar squash match. I really enjoyed that. And I think I enjoyed that only because I still felt sour about the WrestleMania 20 match myself.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go to him. I kind of did in a way. I did let you know that, a title does feel important to people in the realm of professional wrestling. The world of professional wrestling is not a realistic world. It's supposed to be something kind of like when you watch a Marvel or a DC movie. They are different. It just really tampers on the realistic approach because of the world we live in. That's why it's different from the superhero stuff. So that's why a championship in their world matters so much.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, at least in my case, whenever I won a championship, there was a real feeling of emotion that I've earned my way with that championship by winning it,
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. It definitely seems like you are asking questions that maybe go into a completely different train of thought than what we as wrestling fans go into. So there might be a complete disconnect in the way you're asking that that question to how we perceive what we're doing. Also taking out, we are not going to ever ignore you. We do also will react to what we're watching as well, because that is the presence of this show and how we operate. But
yeah, this might be the first Goldberg match I've seen go to commercial break.
But can a referee's count a numerical amount predict the ultimate front of dishes that somehow surmount to the kitchen sink mount? See, like, to us, like, there's a level of that question that we don't know where you're really going. And that's just creating a disconnect from that. We are not talking about dishes. We were talking about professional wrestling and Saturday night's main event.
And
so
Goldberg and Gunther at the moment.
We're not trying to ignore. We just don't comprehend the type of question that you're asking us.
You know what? Another match that I feel was really underrated that I actually enjoyed at Goldberg's was when he came to the WWE in 2003 and he had that feud with Chris Jericho.
I mean, even going back to that feud with Jericho and WCW was entertaining, but it didn't really ever lead to a match that cared. And as we now get a kick to the left knee of Goldberg, he went down very quickly.
Yeah, well, when we were coming in off the commercial break, Gunther was working that leg.
No, I meant Goldberg's leg is that way from Gunther. So
yeah.
Just the way Goldberg shot straight down was different. Barb, there was no way we could find out that your question related to this Goldberg match. It was very hard to connect the dots on our end.
Yeah.
So we're not ignoring it. We just don't understand what you're really asking us.
Goldberg just beating on the back of the neck of Gunther there.
We are not laughing at you. We just do not understand what you're asking us.
We're not laughing, period.
Barbs, if there's anything you would like to ask in regards to the match that we are watching right now, please. But other than that, we'll simply just ask if you can just watch the show. And are you even watching? We don't know. You can go back. We are not saying what you just said.
Yeah, we did not say that, period.
So, Barbs, I think this is the time where we just have to ask if you're going to come into the chat and you're going to disrupt it. We're going to politely ask you to leave. If you can please do that.
But in the meantime, he's trying to get the leg brace off, or the knee brace off there. Gunther. I've heard that Goldberg's son is actually training to become a wrestler now.
Good for him.
I'm
gonna say this as a general thing. If somebody's kid wants to wrestle, great. Please do so properly. Go to a school and pay your dues. Do not assume just because your father did something that you deserve the opportunities he did.
Yeah.
Now, I understand people can say, what about Dominic Mysterio? Dominic Mysterio has earned the right to do what he did. Yes. Now, will Goldberg's kid get a foot in the door because of it? Sure. But
yeah,
at the same time, cool.
I would like it to be the way Bob Orton told Randy Orton how to do it. He gave him the tools, like he sent him to Harley Race, and Harley Race trained him, and Harley Race worked with him for years before Randy even made it to the main roster.
But we got a jackhammer. Goldberg couldn't properly get to the pin. He was favoring that leg. And as a referee, a new referee came in. Only a 2 count. So Goldberg,
I missed it. What happened to Charles Robinson?
He got speared by Goldberg.
Oh.
Goldberg tried to spear Gunther. Gunther got out of the way, and Charles Robinson had the spear. Now Gunther has that sleeper hold in. Goldberg does look to be fighting out. He is bleeding from the back of the head.
And just like that, the end of Goldberg's career.
Well, that's pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
But just like that, the match has ended. Gunther does retain his championship. And we come to the conclusion of Goldberg's final match. As we then go to what possibly is the final commercial break of the night.
Yeah, I've got a commercial for a mobile game now.
Well, let's just take a step back and kind of process the show that we did see. Starting with Best, what did you like about this show? What was your takeaway? And if in case this is going to be the end, what do you have coming up? Where can the people find you before we say goodbye?
Well, you can find me next Monday for the Monday Night Raw Patrol. As for the show tonight, I'm concerned for Seth. I'm wondering what the extent of his injury will be. We'll find that out in the coming days. Goldberg is making me feel a little emotional, knowing that we've witnessed his last match, and all the best to Goldberg in his future endeavors. I don't think it's the last time we see Goldberg on WWE TV, though, you know. But overall, this show was really enjoyable. I liked it. It still had that Saturday night's main event vibe to it.
And where can we find you?
At my link tree, lanktr.ee/Chris_best83.
Awesome stuff.
Now, how about you, Mr. Parrish? What'd you think of the show tonight?
I thought it was intriguing. We did get a lot of early kind of seeds planted towards what we now know as an official tag match for SummerSlam, and that is with Randy Orton's win. We now see the seeds planted for Randy Orton and Jelly Roll to compete up against Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre in a tag match at SummerSlam. We then saw the return of Jacob Fatu. So this leads us into more of a match between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. So I'm very much intrigued. But we also saw for the first time an actual conflict happen between Solo Sikoa and Tala Tonga. So I'm very intrigued with how that is going to escalate. We also saw an escalation of Naomi and Jade Cargill, where we also then saw the return of Bianca Belair, who, through the words of General Manager Nick Aldis, is going to be the special guest referee for their match tomorrow at Evolution. And then we saw that freak injury of Seth Rollins, or what perceives to be a freak injury of Seth Rollins. But no, if anything, I like the escalation of the Jade Cargill and Naomi stuff, and I think that is something that I think really is going to just take shape of what is to come. You can find me on my link tree at Chris Parrish. You can help support myself and also the people that support me at Beercade YEG, located at 105 42nd Ave. You can help them out by supporting them on Instagram, X, and Facebook. If you also want a chance to support what I am doing next, the Chris Parrish podcast, will look no further than tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time. That is when the Chris Parrish podcast 85 Evolution, as I am proud to have not only a friend, but someone who I believe is a very talented individual, a very talented writer in pro wrestling, also a fellow content creator, and that is the one, the only, that is on this graphic, Ella J. Very much excited to see for this episode. It was a pre-taped interview, so please bear with us with some of maybe the inaccuracies of what we talk about. It was recorded last week, but yeah, that is what you can find me, what I have coming up, and what I enjoyed about their show. Best, I think this is the finale. So take us home.
In the immortal words of one Carl Carafel, the world is a scary place. Take care of each other.